Hola. Trying to get my desk, but I don't know if I can. Yeah? Kind of, sort of? All right. I'm gonna wait until people come on. Am I on? Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. Hey. I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to come on. I want to just address a couple things. Talk about a couple things. All right. I don't know where my glasses are. I don't know where my glasses are. And I don't have I don't know where my glasses went. Can I bring you closer? I have Kai. Where you going, Papa? Anything you guys want me to address? All right. I really wasn't gonna relax. 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 The universe, listen to me, the universe is not against you. Okay. It's not like that. It feels like that, guys, sometimes. And I get that because things around us, okay, come crashing down. And that's because we're not on our purpose. We haven't found our purpose yet. Okay. So it's important to find what makes you happy. So it's not that they're purposely having stuff around us crash down. It's that we need to recognize what's going on, and we're not recognizing. Okay. So I know what it's like to feel like your world's crumbling down, but I'm telling you, it is an intentional crumble, but it's for you to recognize where you're at. Like, there's no way you're happy. There's no way. Okay. Because if you were, stuff around you wouldn't be crashing down. All right. I love how this video started at what? It was 1:11, was it? Yeah, it took a little while. It was like a weird blank. Okay. But just, take care of yourself. All right. And try not to worry about what other people think. All right. I heard like the number one cause on why we don't follow our dreams and our desires is, with 4 words. And it was, what will people think? All right. Don't care. It doesn't matter what people think. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. All right. You just got to find your happy again. Go with the flow, step outside the box and find you again. It's not easy. Okay. And the universe does put stuff to a halt. All right. It really does. Okay. But it's for our benefit, even though it doesn't feel beneficial. All right. But in the long run, it most certainly will. I promise you. Okay. Absolutely worried about all of you. There was little comments here and there, but I know they understand now, and I get that. But I don't want anyone to think ever against on one side or another. Like, I know I'm not saying that everybody that's in a third party scenario put themselves in that third party scenario on purpose. Like, obviously not. I mean, some of you, yeah, but some of you get blindsided all the time. Like, I get it. It sucks, and you got to work with my energy. All right. Like, my energy is always going to be different. And like I said in that video, I don't know if you guys watched it, but if people's energy wasn't different, then you just you don't want to stay in the same stagnant energy, guys. You don't. Okay. My energy is always going to differ. I'm telling you right now, like, with the moon being in Cappy and it being in the career sector and, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little nervous about all these eclipses. Like, I want to make sure I hash out what needs to be hashed out and brought to my attention and where my focus is. Okay, like, and I know stuff's gonna get thrown my way too. All right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, because it's the yin and the yang. You gotta find the balance. And if you're putting way too much into one thing and not focusing enough on the other one, it's not gonna work. All right. And then you're going to feel like stuff's crashing around. You gotta balance out all aspects of your life. You gotta try. And if you know one's slacking, good evening. You must be in the UK, Sharon. So good evening. Yeah, I got my little parrot. He's trying. All right. He's doing good. He had a moment. All right, he's doing good. He's not nervous. He's calm. All right, but he's trying to get back to normal too. So I did kind of push him a little bit to be in this video, but he's not nervous. I'd feel it. All right, so he's good. Hi from Sweden. You're very welcome. When did I start reading tarot? About 8 months ago. I came on about 6 months ago, and I just talked about that with the astrologer today. I was on her podcast. I'll get you guys the info. And it is like that. It just happened. And she told me a lot about like my stuff too that I didn't know. I actually have a meeting with her next week to go over some more stuff that I was just like blown away. All right. It makes so much sense. Okay. But 8 months ago, and then I got online 6 months ago. So for a very short time, it just kind of like clicked and came to me. And I kept saying to myself, there's no way I am the only one that understands the way to think that the way I think. I'm like, there's no way. People have to be able to relate to me. Like I couldn't relate to the tarot watches anymore. I couldn't, because it was so to the text of the meaning of the card, but without a story behind it or without an outcome. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying like a majority of them that I was watching, that's how it was. And I'm like, I can't learn like this. Like, that's not how I learn. All right. Like, I had to read intuitively and learn my way in order for things to work out for me. Okay. So it just, it just happens. When you find your purpose, and you go with it. And before you know it, I'm telling you, like, you would think that you can never do that. You want to go back up there? You think that you couldn't, but you can. All right. And it is like that. Like, it just all of a sudden comes to you. All right. Can you make a video on your spiritual awakening experience? Yeah, I mean, I can. Absolutely. All right. It's a shit show of a video. It will be a shit show of a video, but yeah. Yeah, I can. Hold on. And I will tell you, touch base on it briefly. I was spiritually awoken by my twin. Like, I was awakened, like spiritually awakened before then, but like ultimately my twin is what got me here where I'm at now. Okay. And it's just the way it is. All right. But yeah, I can do a video on that so you guys can try to relate. I will tell you though, if you go to the bottom of all my videos, my very first video that I ever put on the air breaks everything down. But considering I was a nervous wreck during that video, I'm sure I left some stuff out. And my hair's all over the place. I'm sure I left some stuff out. So, but you'll get the gist of it there. You know what I mean? And now that I'm way more comfortable, there's probably more to add that I probably forgot about. Up close and personal like this is like, whoa. How do I connect to energies? Everyone's different, but it just depends, guys. I really just sit and talk and feel the deck or my crystals, or I don't really need anything. I can lay there and just talk. Talking connects you to energy instantly. All right. Like, I believe that they can hear you talking inside your head. Okay. Like, they can obviously like hear you. I mean, I believe they can, but talking out loud, can seem like tiring. Your thoughts out loud, kind of more difficult than if you think about it, it is a little more difficult to talk out loud with your thoughts. But if you think about it, like, it's just like us. Like, sometimes you get lonely, right? And you might not be able to hear them, but they're giving you messages, they're around, so talk to them, because they get lonely too. They want to know that you're acknowledging them, so everybody connects to their energies differently. No, not certain age groups. Okay. I will tell you, I guarantee a lot of my age groups on here, though, I have probably anywhere from like 30s, 40s to anywhere, I'd say the people I connect, I'm going to put it this way. My clients, the people I connect with, are 30 to 60. Okay. I rarely ever get the ones in the 20s. And yeah, a lot of people, I will tell you this though, a lot of you guys are awakening a lot sooner than the older generation. So there will start to be a lot of younger ones that are absolutely going to be experiencing this. There's no question. Um, yeah, it's hard. You find your twin, you want to grab. That's it. You want to hold on so tight. And here's the thing: that connection will never end, guys. That link, that bond, it doesn't go away. But what people don't understand is that you have to. Your twins come into your life for you to find your purpose. All right. And people like think it's more like of a magnet in a relationship, and the intimacy's off the charts. And yeah, you get all that. So it's great. But it's also designed for you to find your purpose. So once you guys meet, you kind of break the karma. Okay. And now you're on your purpose and they're on their purpose. And that's why you guys don't always come together right away, because they still have to learn their karmic lessons on the side in order to get back. All right. So it's complicated. I mean, a lot of twins spend years and years and years away from each other because one just doesn't want to pull their shit together and the other one has their shit together. All right. But doesn't want to take other chances because they want that bond back with their twin. But I'm saying that that's going to hold up the whole connection if you do that, because it's all about self-love and what you deserve. All right. So once you start going after what it is you deserve, you find someone that makes you happy, your twin or not, you take that. I'm telling you, not all twins are meant to be together, like sexually. Okay. They're not. Your sister, your biological sister can be your twin. And yeah, that would be some crazy ass energy. I've seen it between cousins and friends, and because it wasn't meant for it to be intimate like that. You guys just happen to be connected because of the magnet, and people are like, I got the same sex all the time. And they're like, well, I wasn't a lesbian and I'm not a lesbian. And now all of a sudden I'm attracted to this person, but I'm not really attracted to her, but I'm just like attracted and hooked. And it's like, it's the connection. It's the soul connection. Okay. So it sometimes you're physically attracted. The majority of the time you're physically attracted. So that's when the intimacy takes place. All right. You want to be close and intimate to somebody you feel that power with. All right. It's how can you not? Because it's how we were conditioned too, unfortunately. But that's the reality of it. Any advice on young twin flames? I want to be real careful when it comes to that. Okay. Because I'm not really sure. You guys are coming together younger. Okay. And they do, a majority of the time they do come together later on in life, but I do see the younger ones coming together through studies. And I have a client who's a psychiatrist and all these other things, and he's seeing them come together too, and we commit here and there. And it's just like everybody else. You're going to have to go through the same exact stuff. You got to go through the karma and the life purpose. And in all reality, I think, it's beautiful if you find them at a younger age too, if you know the steps that you need to take and you guys both know what direction you need to go in, because if both of you are on the same page. If the two of you are not on the same page, it's going to be harder because it can get pushed out even longer. This person, meanwhile, 8 years down the road can have a family, and then 8 years later, they're knocking on your door. So it sucks. It kind of sucks. All right. But I don't want to discourage you. It happens. I'm not sure if that's going to happen that way for you guys or not, because I'm just starting to get into the stats of younger scenarios. Okay. Because when I first started, I noticed Spirit was only sending me like 30s, 40s, women in the men 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And I came across a couple in their mid 20s, and the scenarios are really the same, but it's different because you're dealing with a little bit of immaturity. But say you're an old soul, you know what I mean? Chances are you're both old souls, and maybe you can come together sooner than later. All right. And then really be able to conquer. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. The younger generation might really get to, I'm talking, you guys are going to be like in the public eye. Like, this whole spiritual thing, it's just kicking off. It is just the beginning of 5 years from now. I just got the goosebumps. I don't know. This is just the kickoff. Okay. So in all reality, you younger sets of twins that are getting together, I'm telling you, you're going to probably be in the public eye. You're going to be known. All right. Because you have more time to find your purpose. You find it at a younger age. So by the time, 20 years later, you'd already mastered something. Even though you're mastering something else, you're going to be known before you step onto the next thing you're mastering. I'm telling you, you guys might even have a little bit of an advantage. So I'd say definitely pay attention no matter how old you are. Okay. Like, it's just the reality of it. All right. Now he's back. Yeah. Well, they come and go. I was 40. He was 28. There's always, majority of the time, there's always a huge age gap. It's kind of rare for you guys to be the same age. And it's ironic because I'm the same age as my twin. Okay. And within the year. All right. Well, I'll be 41. So he's 41. He'll be 42. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January. There's a half a year difference. And I'm the first and he's the second. Okay. All our numbers mesh up. We all align. It's pretty crazy, our charts. But me and my twin, we have work to do. It's not about the intimacy is amazing. Okay. But it's just once you realize there's a purpose. What are you going to do? I can't believe my hair's a mess. My hair's a mess. I got on today. No makeup, no nothing. I was like, let's do this. But I know I look a lot younger. I know. Hopefully one day it doesn't catch up to me. I'm hoping it doesn't. All right. But there's usually always an age gap. It is a little rarer to be the same exact age. But our numbers mesh in the chart too, is what I was saying. So I'm not really quite sure what that means. I don't know if that makes it a little more difficult. All right. Because it's like identical. I don't know what that means yet. All right. It's not my top priority. I've never dealt with anyone that I believe it was my twin. I knew my twin was my twin the minute I met him because I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't. All right. But other people, I will tell you, a twin right now in karmics, they're tell me about Italian men. I know you're Italian. Yeah, I'm Italian. I'll tell you about Italian men. They're great. They treat their women with a lot of respect, but they also expect you to do a lot of things. But it just depends on how you were raised and what type of Italian family you were raised in. And the things you hear are where I think you're going are yeah, okay. I guess if that's where we just went with that. But it really just depends, because I remember one of my first boyfriends was Italian, and I'm talking, they were right off the boat, and the mom was just like, what do you mean you want to work? You want a career when you get older? I'm like, hell yeah, I want a career. The mom looked at him and was like, she's not the one, like, because God forbid I didn't stay home and tend, all right, to all that. So it really just depends on what type of Italian family you guys are, like, what, you know what I mean? It just depends. All right. But he was the only Italian one I ever dated. But I mean, I'm talking his family, his mom and dad right off the boat. Okay. I will tell you, they make the best pasta sauce ever. That's how I learned how to make my pasta sauce. And it's so simple. It's just fresh tomato, basil, and fresh garlic. All right. Fresh from the garden, everything from the garden. Best kind of sauce you can have. I only do it like once a year. It's time consuming. I jar it when I can. I love you too. Yeah, well, everyone thinks their twin flame hates them. In all reality, okay. They don't hate. A majority of they're scared. They don't understand. They feel that connect. It really depends on how they were raised to their circumstances. I see all different kinds of circumstances on my board, and it's either the runner or the chaser. More the chaser is more the runner usually has more of like that. Well, I can't say that for sure, so I don't want to say that, but that connect, they feel that connect, guys. Why do you think they run? You run from something you're scared of, right? You run and you don't look back. You don't run because you didn't like, well, you do run sometimes because you don't like that person, but you ever wonder why the door was never shut properly? Because they don't want to shut that door. That door can't be shut. All right. And they fight it and they push it and they do everything they can. You are molting big time. They do everything they can to run from it because they don't know what that's like. All right. No matter how much love they got from the parent, to feel that type of love and that type of energy from somebody else, it's got to be a little frightening, guys. I mean, scared the shit out of me. Like, what the frig? Like, what was that? I mean, it didn't scare me enough. It scared more him. It scared him. I was the chaser. like, like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't want to know what this connection is? Like, how dare you? You don't got an option with court. I'm very persistent. I'm answering questions and just talking. Yeah. It always feels unfinished. Okay, because the door is never shut. That door will never ever be shut. And I know that sucks, guys. It really does. It's not that it sucks. It's just once you heal and you learn how to work with certain energies, it won't be that bad. But that connect will always be there. Okay, that love will always be there. And if you can't physically connect like the physical world, you always have spiritually. And I know it's not the same. I know it's not, guys. It's not. Trust me, I say that all the time. Like, mine will try to connect with me spiritually all the time. And it's like, I want to push them away. Like, screw you. Who are you to come in my head and try to mess with me? No, how about you man up and come knock on my door? All right, instead of spiritually. But like, I get it. Maybe some twins have to connect spiritually before they can come together physically, because it's all about learning. Okay, so it is frustrating to me when he wants to connect spiritually, because it's like, really? Like, I'm still adjusting to that, because I'm not happy about that. Like, to me, it's like, it doesn't cut it. But you also have to think about, what if this person doesn't ever really want to be with you and they have other things, or, so if you can have that spiritual connect, I guess have the spiritual connect. It's never going to go away. So maybe it might be easier for some to just try to connect spiritually. But then, that has its downsides too, because there you go focusing on how to connect with somebody who's not in the picture. So it's like, it's tough, guys. It's so, so tough. All right. Do I make contact in my dreams? Every once. Does he make contact in my dreams? Yeah, sometimes. And the last couple times it was, I want to talk. Well, then come talk. That's what I say. Like, like, come talk then, and it's like, it's tough, guys. I've been there. All right. I go through the same thing. It hasn't happened in I don't know, probably like a month, through dreams like that. I'll have dreams like that, but not us physically talking. That's only happens a couple times. And every time that happens, it's him telling me he wants to talk, but we're still not talking. All right. So he's going through his thing. And who's to say I'm not going through my thing? And I think it's him. In all reality, the universe can be shutting him down from coming to me because I haven't figured something out yet. That's how that works. Just because you think you have it together, I don't think you really 100% completely ever heal. Okay, it's more coping. Okay, you heal, but you can't ever break a bond. Like, it's like having a child. You don't ever break the bond. All right, you can heal from things, but the bond will always be there. It doesn't break. So it's when you guys aren't in contact, it's the coping that's the hardest, and it's what we have to strive to get through. Find your own way of coping, because everybody copes differently. Okay. Your advice with dealing with separation. When you guys are separated, your most important thing you can do is take care of you and find out what it is that makes you happy. And I'm not saying like go out with your friends and go biking or whatever it is that makes you happy, or drink wine all day. Like, that's not what I mean by like happy all the time. Like, you have to really wake up happy and feel refreshed and happy to go to work and happy to do this. If you're not happy going to work in your environment, then get out of your environment. Okay, I'm not just saying up and quit a job. Okay, but I'm saying, if you know you're not happy, start looking for another damn job, because the universe will make sure you get pulled in a certain direction. And if you've been looking for months and months and months and still unhappy, you're looking in the wrong field. Okay, say you're just like taking a walk, for instance, and guys, just kind of like right here. Say, for instance, like you're just taking a walk, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really want to work with like animals or whatnot. You know what I mean? Then go work with animals, right? Like, whatever's beneficial for you. But during separation, it's just focus on you. All right, because you guys, I'm telling you, will not come back together until you have self-worth and you're content in your life. Okay. And then I always think, when's it my time? And when's this going to come back? And, I've been content. And then, a month will go by and I was like, wow, no, I wasn't content actually. And I didn't even realize I had to work on that aspect of things. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the divine is just not going to let you come back into union, especially when you're not ready, because when they have you come back and you go through all this crap, they don't want to set you guys up to fail. That they most definitely do not want you guys to fail. Okay. Because it's on you two when you guys come back into union and what direction you go and how you make it work. And don't think it's going to be all bubble gums and rainbows when you come back into union, because it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of compromising, a lot of fears, a lot of anxieties. It's like sitting in front of your twin is literally, it's like pin needles getting pushed in you every freaking time with a question or anxiety, because it's like you guys bring out the worst in each other, your flaws, but that's what you're supposed to do so you can work on them. All right. And get past them and move on to the next one. Okay. So it's why it's difficult in the beginning. It's that connection and you can't figure it out. But then when you're actually together after the healing process and certain stuff goes through, there's still a lot of anxiety that runs high. All right. There's the what ifs and having to stay positive and what direction to go in. And it's a lot, guys. All right. Yeah, see, she just said I transformed my sadness by working. Oh, it just went away by working and finding myself and my life purpose, and then opportunities came my way. Yeah, guys, that's how it happens. So many opportunities will come your way. So many opportunities, and you have to. That's when the Seven of Cups comes up, and everyone's like, "Oh, this person's got so many women in their life or so many men in their life." It's not always. It's not like that, guys. That's not what that card's about. It's about options and opportunities and which ones to work on first and which ones to X out and which ones to move forward with. Okay. It's not like you got a shit ton of options. The opportunities are what's handed to you by the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Or the pages, new opportunities. So it's like, and then when those opportunities come, you got to figure out if they're the right opportunities, because I'm telling you, like, the universe is going to throw temptation right in your face. Right in your face. Like, what are you going to do? Repeat the cycle? Or are you going to choose a new cycle? Okay. So you got to be real careful too. All right. Because if you repeat the same cycle, then you're not learning the lesson. All right. And that's why when everything comes crashing around you, that's the time for you to really like click and be like, okay, self-worth. Okay. Self-worth is not just having confidence and putting your heels on and strutting your stuff and thinking you look good and you're confident to walk around and whatever it is you're walking around in and holding your head up high. That's not what that is. So self-worth is way more than just confidence. Okay. It's getting to the nitty gritty and really coping with stuff. It's not easy. The numerology video I made. Huh. I didn't really do a video on numerology though. I mean, I broke down some stuff, but I don't remember doing a video on it yet. And I know people have been asking me to do that. So I'll do that too. And I also want to do my other spread, not the he said, yeah, the he said, she said, but like which energy are you type thing, I think is what I'm going to call it. But I still want to get to that too, but there's so many things like in between that keep coming up for me. So I don't know if I'm being pushed out from doing that quite yet. All right. Because I'm doing my dailies. I'm going to start doing the raw loves, like I said, every 2 weeks now. But still stuff every day in between. I had the moon videos here and there. I got to get videos out on this damn eclipse that I'm not fearing, but we all know what the eclipses are like, and it's called an eclipse because the universe will eclipse shit out of your life, guys. If it no longer serves you, that's it. Like my daughter, is he's molting so bad, and they look like little crabs. They're the cutest little thing. I mean, she just broke up with her boyfriend after 5 years, which is, it's horrible, and she's going through that. And because I know how to work with energies, I know what's coming her way and what she's in for, but I also know she's going to be just fine. Like she's going to be just fine. I just got the goosebumps because I know what her purpose is. You know what I mean? But I can't tell her. Like she's 20. She's got to figure it out herself. All right. But stuff is going to start coming your way. And don't forget about Mars retrograde, guys. I literally had 3 people hit me up the other night, and it could have just been friendly. Like, hey, how you doing? But I didn't even respond. And normally I'm one to respond, but I don't have time for that right now. Like, hey, what are you doing? And what are you doing for work these days? And it's not that I'm being an ass. It's literally like, that looks like a starfish on the back. He's molting big time. It's not that I'm being an ass. I just know what my top priorities are. And it's not me not taking new opportunities. I know my old and not my new opportunities. The only old I would ever consider taking back would be my twin. And that's it, because I've learned. Okay. There's no point in going backwards. All right. Like, oh, maybe give him another chance. Why? Because chances are that was karmic. Okay. And it's coming back around. And a lot of the exes and things from the past are gonna resurface and be brought to your attention, because the universe wants you to eclipse them out of your life. Hence, eclipses. Okay, because if you don't eclipse them yourself, the universe is going to do it for you. Okay, and it won't be pretty. It won't be pretty. All right, that's what I'm saying. You can't. Don't challenge the universe. You won't win. You won't win. Okay. Daughter's name is Courtney. Yeah. I don't have that extra E. It's pretty though. I love numerology, guys. I do want to teach you the pyramid. I don't have time to do that right now. That would be my first thing with numerology, though, is the pyramid. Okay. It's just like using cards, but it's just numbers 1 through 9. It's pretty effing cool. The August 2017 eclipse is what did me in. It's what got me here today. I quit my job and everything. That 2017 eclipse was the hardest thing in my entire life, and people don't get it. And I got the goosebumps because Spirit's like, yeah, I'm glad you recognize that, Court. And that's why I'm a little frightened for these new eclipses. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not like super frightened. I'm a little frightened though, because I know what an eclipse can do to you. I know. I just know. But now I can be prepared for it, and now I can prepare you guys for it. Stop going to websites too, and stop watching videos on astrology, please, because you're going to get a lot of heads up. I do what I do. They won't let me mix astrology in as much as I want to. I can mix it in a little bit here and there, but it's not my thing. This is my thing. Okay. So if I go focus on astrology, they pull me away from it. They won't let me focus on something for too long unless it's beneficial for you guys. I'm telling you, that's how it works. That's how Spirit works. Yeah. Was it? I don't know if it was the 17th to 22nd. I don't know what it was. All I know was August 2017. It was, and not to mention, I got some of the coolest pictures. I took like 400 and something photos that day throughout the day. And I have one of the most amazing photos. You can't, my phone doesn't shine like that for you guys on the thing, but I'm talking. I can't wait to hang it. But they're a lot. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of spying. There's all that, and you can have creepy spying or you can have good spying. Your twin's always going to spy and check up on you unless you get blocked. Okay. But that connect is so strong, you'll find the way around everything. All right. It's just, I mean, don't go nutty, don't go psycho and become like a stalker like that, but you know where I'm going with that. I know, crying nonstop, it sucks. You're purging. All right. You're purging. And the thing is, it's like the feelings will always come and go. Okay. You'll always cry and not cry. But I'm telling you, like, you can't break the connect. So instead of like really getting in a depressive, stressed out state, learn to cope with it, learn to work with it. This connection's here. It's not going anywhere. So you have to work with it. It's always going to be on your minds. All right. I'm talking, my twin was on my mind probably 40 times a day for years until I learned to realize a lot of things. And so I know how overwhelming it can be, guys. I know. That's why I'm here. All right. So, but now it's not like that. Like, do I still think about him almost every day? Of course. Of course I do. All right. But it comes and goes. It doesn't stay. All right. And majority of it is just like at night. Okay. And it doesn't stay like that either. All right. And I always tell myself, sometimes I'm real careful, like, when you go to bed and all these thoughts go through your head, should I be focused on something else or should I be focused on this? Because I don't want to focus on him because then that means X, Y, Z, and I don't want to focus on that. And then I picture myself with somebody else or being happy or being this with somebody but then it's like, what? But here's the thing, it's like, and then I don't want to do that either because then I'm giving out the wrong message to the universe too. So it's like, it's tricky, guys. It really is freaking tricky. All right. But to me, it's like, and I can't sit in bed and think about like work all night. I have to shut that off. Okay. So then you think about other things and then I just picture that and I don't even try to, and it just happens because I know what's next for me is career and relationship. Okay. So I'm trying to be in a relationship. All right. I always push away and I never thought I'd be that person. All right. But it's out of my own fears. Okay. And my own insecurities that I didn't even think I had any of until certain things come up and they're addressed and you're with somebody new and all of a sudden it's like, well, there's this insecurity that you didn't freaking know about. Okay. So it happens. All right. And it's hard. But it gets easier as you heal. Okay. Because you can literally think about something and then you can take it off. You can get yourself sidetracked like real quick. All right. But I've also done a lot of healing. Okay. And I also know the process it took to get there. It was a good, 3 to 6 months of trying different things to get to where I am now. Okay. So it takes time. All right. There's no question that time is involved here. Time's involved in healing point blank anyway. Okay. So no, I don't sit here and dwell on my twin anymore, thank God. Okay. And I feel bad for those who do because I know what it's like. And that's why I'm here for you guys to push you through that type of energy because I don't want you in that energy. Because if that means you're in that energy, then that means you're not finding your purpose. Okay. Because that's still the bottom line is what it boils down to is literally your purpose. Okay. I'm just trying to water my little cactus. So, together, I'll get you guys there. It takes time. Okay. And I don't want you guys missing opportunities either, because what if you have a twin that just doesn't want to learn, or it takes forever for this person to learn because they're so scared of it. I mean, can eventually they get pushed into it? Yeah. But then like, even though you guys come together and you talk and you agree on something, who's to say this person isn't going to leave another 4 weeks later because they can't handle the intensity? Because that's what I'm saying. Like when you come back together, it's intense, guys. It's not, it should be a good intense though, but some people, they can't handle it. So they come and go, come and go, come and go. Okay. So that's why when you really find your purpose, we're having a nasty storm out there. When you really find your purpose, it really won't be as hard as you think it is. And then things can come together and transition a little smoother. Okay. Purpose, that's investing. All purpose is love. Ding dong. Mine's a ding dong. I think we'll all ding dong. What's that song on the radio? Ding dong. Which is something something. I love the beat, but I don't like what it is she's like saying. I'm not crazy about the singer. I don't know if it's no one can compare to Foxy Brown and Little Kim. I grew up in that era. All right. So when Nicki Minaj and all these other new ones coming around, I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna touch Foxy. Nobody can touch my Foxy Brown. All right. Besides Little Kim, but I like Foxy. I like my Foxy Brown. But I don't know who that. It just reminded me of that song when you said ding dong. Mine's a ding dong. I love my taste in music. I grew up in that generation, guys. I'm a huge music. I'm talking diversity of music. All right. Everybody in my family likes different kinds. So I love different kinds of music. But for me, it was a lot of hip hop. It was a lot of freestyle. It was rap when rap was good. All right. Like that kind of stuff. So, but along with a lot of other stuff, like that's what I'm saying. Like I've always been 50s, but like my 50s music, country, I just started getting into. I'm not huge on like heavy, heavy, heavy rock, like metal, like whatever it is, but like classic rock, like, you know, like Led Zeppelin, like that era. But not like, I did like Sublime and Metallica, some Metallica. It just depended on the song. If I related to the song, then I could relate. That's how I am with music. It doesn't really matter what kind of band you are. If I can relate to it, to the beat, to the vibe, then I'm good. But I'm telling you, music is just my thing. It's just on my thing. When Tupac woke us up. I was more of a, I did like Tupac, all right, but I was more of a Biggie fan, like, all right, Big Pun, Little Joe, Fat Joe, not a little about Fat Joe. It does heal. I can't tell your twins. I can't just tell. Here's the deal. Like, chances are your twins are not watching my videos. Okay. So you're so more in tune than they are. You can't just be like, oh, leave your ex because this is going to happen to you again. Like, if anything, if you tell them how things are going to work out, they're going to be like, what is she, a witch? What is she doing magic on me? You might throw them for a loop and think, yeah, they might think you're freaking nutty, even though you know how things are going to go down for them. Yep. Biggie. Hi, howdy. Heavy D, with those big ass chains. Salem, Massachusetts. Hi, Jean. I love Salem. I take my kids there Halloween around every year. I'll take them out of school for the entire day, and we'll just walk around Salem the whole day. We'll go get the famous popcorn in the taffy, and then I'll take them to like the little museums here and there, and we just walk around and we sit at the pier and we just chill out. It's a fantastic town. I love it. How does it work if a man isn't spiritual? Would they push away or carry on? Does it mean that they will do this? If someone is known as deceptive, does it mean they will do this to you? Okay. That's tricky because, okay, first of all, your twin does not have to be spiritual like you. No. Well, they are spiritual. They just don't know they're spiritual. Okay. But they'll figure that out eventually. All right. The tricky part, a majority of twins that meet like that, you are meeting somebody deceptive. One has to be a liar. One has to be a runner, a chaser, a liar. One has to be insecure. Like, it has to, you guys have to have something there to have that battle to learn certain lessons. You know what I mean? Like, it brings out the worst in you because it's supposed to bring out the worst in you to learn the lesson. Okay. So when you've healed, okay, and they've healed, and you come into union and you're on your purpose and you're happy, I'm telling you right now, you won't ever have to worry about your twin cheating. If your twin cheats, then that person was not ready, and twin or not, get the F out of my life. Like, and there's no way. But to me, like, there's no way. The intimacy that you share with the twin and the passion and the intensity of it, he could never, from my perspective, being a woman, he can never ever feel that with any other woman. Like, he can lie to himself or drink himself to feeling that way, but no, there's no way. There's no way. Because you can't tell me a majority of you that have been intimate with your twin and then you've been intimate with somebody else either. It doesn't compare. And I know it sucks, guys. All right. But when you heal, you don't have those images like that anymore. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that once you heal. But like, nobody is going to be able to give your twin that unconditional love and feeling and passion like you will. Vice versa, whether you're male or female. You can't, because you know what I'm talking about. You know how it feels. Okay. So there's no way that they don't feel that, because you guys spiritually connect when you're intimate. All right. It's more than just being intimate. I don't even think that's a whole, I just got the goosebumps. It's a whole nother friggin' topic. Okay. You're swapping energy is okay. It's a big difference there. All right. It is an unreal connection. Like, that's it. Point blank, period. Like, nobody will ever make that other person ever feel the way you make that feel. That's, I think, but it takes healing and confidence to know that too. Okay. And that's why when mine's out there dilly-dallying, fun. Have fun, because nobody is gonna top me. And it's not me being cocky, it's me knowing. No one will ever top what I can give to you. And it's not even just sexually, like everything. Okay, like it's the way it is. All right. And you guys know that. And that's why the pull is so strong. That's why it's so hard to be separate for your twin, because but believe me, whether they acknowledge it or not, they're not stupid. I mean, they can be stupid, but they're not that stupid. They know about that connect. Why do you think they run? All right. Why do you think they keep repeating the same cycle, chasing the same thing that's not working out for them? All right, because they're not learning their lesson. Majority of them have to follow the heart, and they takes them a long time to figure that out. And that's why a lot of times it's the older generation that end up getting back together, because it does take a long time for certain people who to follow that and to think about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like my twin, like I knew the minute I met him, it was like, what are you doing, court? Like his profession, like everything, like what are you doing? Like, you know better, like foolish, opposite schedules, like what are you doing? You know what he's all about. And yeah, but I also know the connection we have, and I can honestly tell you, he won't ever have that connection with anybody else, and he knows it. All right, but he's fighting it because he wants to be that person. He wants to party. He wants to interact. It's just his profession too. Okay, so it's had to break away from comfort, whether they're stagnant or not. It's hard for them to break away. Bottom line. Okay, so that's their lesson to follow the heart versus chasing things that are no good for them. All right, and if they lose at the end of the day, then they lose. All right, that's why I'm saying take new opportunities, because every twin is not meant to come together. I see it on my board when I work with certain clients, guys. I have clients where they might not necessarily end up with their twin. All right, and they have like partners and they're happy, but they still have to deal with having the feeling for the twin, and having to still work out what it is that they're here to do together. And as long as you can be friends and come together and help each other out, you don't have to be intimate. You don't have to be with your twin. Do they want you to be? Yeah, because the connections, I think the vibration level might be a little bit more, but you definitely don't have to. Okay. It's an instant feeling. You know what I mean? Like when me and my twin, it's the first or second time, it was my awakening, and we were on the floor cooling off with the AC blasting on us, and we were just looking at each other, and we put our heads together, and our third eyes touched, and it was afterwards we were like, we both looked at each other and was like, did you feel that? Did you feel that? Yep. And that was it. That was part of my awakening right there. And then I knew, I was like, damn. But I always had that special connect with my kids. And I couldn't do it with my kids anymore, because I would go like this as they were sleeping, and I'd put my forehead against them, and my third eye would instantly open every single effing time. So I stopped even doing it with my kids, because I didn't know what it was. It was frightening for me. So I know I've always had the ability. All right. But I actually forgot about that whole forehead thing with my kids, until it happened between me and my twin. And I was telling my friend, and they're like, "Court, you always had that with your kids." And I'm like, I know, it's a Hawaiian thing. It's a Egyptian thing. You can relate it to different cultures. And a lot of like the old Hawaiian culture, I believe that was like their way of greeting or saying hello or being intimate with somebody. And there's like an Alaskan thing, like an Eskimo thing. There's a lot of things. Okay. But it's incredible. I've always had it. And like I was saying, I actually completely forgot I had that with my kids until it happened. And I was like, holy shit. Like, and that's how I started learning about the third eye and chakras. And because before that, I didn't know any of this, guys. You know what I mean? I really didn't. All right. But I just know that you guys relate to me, because I'm just keeping it real on how it was in certain experiences, so you guys can relate, because that's how it is. And it took me a couple years to heal and realize, and I still have my moments, guys. I still have my moments of frustration, because I know it's frustrating, that he wants to have probably more of a spiritual thing than a physical thing because maybe he can't handle the physical thing because of his past pain or things that he has to heal from. All right. But for me, it's more frustrating because I'd rather have a physical thing than a spiritual thing. So we're not on the same page when it comes to that. So that's when my frustration, you're welcome. That's when my frustration comes in. Okay. Because it's like, screw you. Screw you, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, you can't connect with me like that. It's so frustrating to me. But then you can't connect even through like a text message. You can't even say hi. You can't even man up and ask me how I am. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's so simple. But yet they don't want to shut that door. All right. So sometimes you have to be the one to shut that door. Even you can still shut the door and still have that connection, guys. You just have to figure it out. And it's hard to explain, and everybody has their own way. So I can't explain that process. It just has to be through time. And I'm telling you, once you go within and you start finding your purpose and what makes you happy, it all comes together and it will just flow for you. It will just work for you. Like one day you'd be like, oh my God, I didn't think about him for 3 days. Like 3 whole days. Like, like I remember one time, like I didn't think about him for like a whole week. And I was like, how did that even happen? Like, thank you. But I know, like, geez, a whole week. Like, God, wouldn't it be nice for you guys just to even have like a whole week of not thinking of your twin? All right. But that's because you're focused on you. And that's the way it should be. Like right now, don't focus on all those people who keep coming back around. Like, why? Because you're lonely? Or why? Because you need this, this, and this? You repeat the same cycle. Like, you're foolish if you think you can just have a one night stand and not catch feelings for somebody you've already been with. All right. Or you're foolish to think that person won't catch feelings for you and then cause drama in your life and you didn't see that coming, because the universe will make sure something like that comes in to teach you a lesson to don't be playing around like that when it's not necessary, especially if you're not taking care of your priorities. Okay. So there's a lot of toxic people, not everyone. All right. Not everyone's toxic. I know a lot of people say that, guys, but it's like, obviously there's a lot of dark out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, but you can't have that attitude either. Oh my OMG, I went the whole day without thinking of them. Like, psh, for real, like a whole day, like, psh, awesome sauce, right? But don't think they're not thinking about you. When you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you. That's how it works. That's how connected you are. But they might be thinking about you differently and trying to push it away. But at the end of the day, who are they thinking about? For real. Because I know you've been intimate with other people, right? After your twin. And there's sometimes, and it sucks, and you think about your twin. All right. And sometimes people, that makes them feel better. Like, you just slept with XYZ and now you're thinking of me. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but it's because it's a connection. Some people can feel, I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx myself, but other people, I have this one particular client that connects to, they're so connected like that, like body vibe wise, that she can feel when her twin's intimate. And I wanted to cry for her because I don't know how you take that away. All right. That's so, be blessed for some of the things, because everybody has different connections. All right. So in different ways until you explore them and figure them out. Because I can't even imagine having that connect. Nah, no. I that'd probably be the one time where I'd probably medicate myself, and I don't self-medicate. All right. I have self-medicated plenty of times. All right. But not like that, like prescription self-medicating, like when I was going through my whole like thing or whatever. But like, I'm not big on medicine, guys. I'm very, very particular on what I put into my body. I'm talking like self-medicate, like Valium. I'll take a Valium here and there if I'm like freaking out, you know what I mean? But even then I'm like, because I don't like the drowsy feeling, because my body's not used to meds. I don't medicate my body. So I'll wake up the next day and feel icky. Yeah, thank God you don't feel that, right? Like, I can't even imagine. Like, it's horrible. It's terrible. So be thankful for some of the stuff. Like, I'm not shitting you. Like, I got clients that I talk to on a regular basis. And just be thankful, okay? Because you had to start self-medicating. Be careful how you're self-medicating, though, please, because in all reality, guys, depression and all that, it comes from dark energy. All right. You can get yourself out of dark energy. It doesn't take medication. Medication sometimes put you in a darker energy where you can't even fight off the dark energy. You can't even see the light energy trying because you're medicated. All right. So that's a touchy subject. And I don't know. It's an important subject to me, but I can insult a lot of people and I'm not a doctor. So, but I do know how stuff works. All right. I got a friend that self-medicates and her doctor gave her XYZ and then this and then that wasn't working. So they upped it and then they gave her that with that. And I said, well, why the hell are they even giving you Colada to sleep? Or why the hell are they giving you Valium or whatever it is you take on top of that? Because I know for a fact that that medication has stuff in it to calm anxiety. So now they're doubling your dose on something that's already in one medication. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they get you so fucked up to the point where who the fuck are you anymore? For real. If you're popping pills like that every day, prescription or not, who are you? Do you even know who you are anymore? Do you even know how to function without these pills? All right, don't get me going with self-med. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got very strong beliefs when it comes to that because in all reality, I've heard stories, guys. Dark energy, okay? That's what it is. It's dark energy, and you can't get yourself out of the funk. And the doctors are like, oh, you have a chemical imbalance, or you have anxiety, or you have this, and, we're going to give you this depression pill. But in all reality, have you met a depression pill yet that you've swallowed and made your day happy like that? Like, no, it calms you down from having a panic attack. That's probably all it does. Okay, but find a different way to approach with the panic attack. See, I can be insulting a lot of people right now, so I'm going to stop talking about medication. But I will tell you this one story of this one client, and this is how spiritual his mom was. And they put her in a home, like a loony bin. I don't know what you even call those places. Like back then, it was a loony bin, like a mental institution. Okay, see, I gotta be PC, but a mental institution. And they medicated her to the point with so much medication, she committed suicide eventually because she couldn't even function. She was going nuts. But here's the deal. Like, by everything he was telling me and explaining to me, this mother was so damn spiritual. The messages, I got the goosebumps, the messages that she would give, the wisdom behind her messages that she gave her son that he carried with him his whole life. She was one spiritual freaking woman, full of wisdom. But instead of, because people didn't 30 years ago, 40 years ago, they didn't know how to treat spirituality. They put you in a freaking mental institution. And it's like, it's so unfortunate because all it was her seeing things and hearing spirit, and it freaked her out. She wasn't crazy. All right. She couldn't handle it. And she let the darker energy get the best of her. And when the dark energy gets the best of you, it causes depression and it takes over. That's why it's the yin and the yang. You got to balance out the energy, ladies and gents. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I can't ever do a conversation on medication. Sorry, guys. I can't. I got a very strong belief when it comes to that. And some people do need medication. I'll give you that. But it also depends on how much medication you've been on and what's your past. And it just depends. All right. It's a touchy subject. I'm saying if, like, all of a sudden you're fine like me and then you meet a twin all of a sudden and then you find yourself depressed and all that. No, it's spiritual, especially if you're into tarot. You should know it's spiritual. Okay. It's dark energy. All right. So that's on you guys. Some people need antidepressants and that's fine. It's okay, but it really depends on their scenario. I guess I'm not a doctor. See, you freaking got me going. I panic when I put a freaking Valium in my thing. They try to give me a few years back, and because I wanted to try something new because I couldn't keep my focus. But it's the ADD, it's the spiritualism, it's a lot of things. And I cried like the first week of taking it because I don't anymore, but I cried the first week of taking it because I couldn't handle the fact that I was putting that type of medication in my body. Like, my mom tried to get me to take it my whole life because of the ADHD and the ADD, and because I'm all over the place. Ooh, hello, have you met me yet? But that's who I am. All right. I don't need medication for it. I multitask. I focus. Like, sometimes I lose my focus if something comes in or out, but it has nothing to do with them coming in or out. It's how I'm zoning. Okay. It's not losing focus. All right. So it's like, to me, it's like, I panicked. I won't do it. I won't do it. Focus or no focus. Like, I focus my way and that's it. Okay. So it's like, I'm anti that though, like anti self-medication. Like, the only thing I ever put in my system is Valium. I always call it volume. Is Valium, and that's every once in a while. Okay, I really don't anymore because it gets me like, I don't like the feeling. All right, I don't. And not to mention, this is how I'm going to tell you how doctors are. All right, because when I started the Adderall, I told the doctor like I couldn't sleep, I wasn't eating, like I can't do this, blah blah blah. They're like, you're just freaking out. So I calmed down. I tried it for a good like solid 10 days. Okay, and then I got to the point where I was like, I can't do this, and my doctor tried to prescribe me Klonopins to sleep. See how easy it is these days? How about instead of we take you off the medication, hey, how about we just give you some Klonopins so you can go to sleep? Do you see my point? Okay, like enough said with the medication talk, because I'll get myself all worked up. All right, because doctors just do. Do you know in Sweden? It's Sweden and another one. Do you know that the dads take the maternity leave and they take care of the babies? That's the cool part of it too. I think it was Sweden. But the part, do you know that there's like hardly any crime rate, and like depression doesn't, it barely exist in Sweden. And I want to say it's Sweden. Somebody was on Hi from Sweden. Make sure you comment if you're still on. All right, like I'm not kidding. Like I don't even know if that country even knows what antidepressants are. Okay, so America, they just like to, like freaking good morning, America. Let me just open all my pill bottles so I can be happy today. Like freaking don't get me going. How many times? Who got me going with this? Frig man, changing the subject. All right. I'm not, if people are sending bad juju, then, it's coming right back at you. All right. I don't have monitors on here right now, but if I'm going to tell you right now, and who I am, karma will come back and bite you in the ass. It won't be good juju. Okay. So enough said. I'm not paying attention like that. All right. But that's for real. All right. And not to mention with this damn medication, what was I going to say next? Somebody said something and I was like, damn, I don't remember. What was it with the US? It was some kind of statistic. It was some type of something. If you need medication, guys, then take the medication. My advice would slowly lean yourself off though. Okay. Do natural stuff if you can. All right. That's just my opinion, but you need to be watched too. But then it's like you mentally put stuff in your head. Once you mentally put something in your head, it's like set it and forget it. Like it's one of those infomercials, set it and forget it. Like that's how it is. But if you strongly stick with like affirmations and certain things, like I can do this, I can believe I don't need this, and that works, guys. It really does. It truly, truly does. And I know I'm very opinionated. So I gotta be. Is it raining? Yeah, super raining. I just gotta be careful what I say because it's just my opinion. Okay, like I know some people need medication. All right, but I'm just that person where it's just I've seen it take over people's lives, and it's no good. It's a no good scenario. Oh my God, look at me up close with no makeup on. Ugh, scary. Pale as a ghost. I just, if you need it, you need it, guys. But I really, just the doctor is just like, here you go, here you go. Was going to bring up a really good point. Yeah, you should definitely check with your doctor if you're going to go off any meds. Absolutely. Because you got to be leaned off. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't take my opinion and just take yourself off meds. It doesn't work that way. Don't be foolish and do that. Like, I'm not a doctor. All right. That was my opinion on medication. Adderall. Yeah, I mean, I took it for 10 days to try to focus, but I was also in the middle of my awakening, freaking out. I couldn't get my twin off my mind at work. I couldn't focus, like nothing. And that's when I was just like, maybe I should try that, because my whole life I've been told to go on medication for my HDAD. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And then I was having my awakening and having my moments and freaking out and going through transformations. And that's when I decided to try Adderall, because I was like, all right, well, I need to focus. I need to work. I need to get through my day. That's how bad it was with me and my twin. Like on my mind 100 times a day. All right. Like, what is this? How do I fix this? I can't cope. Like, trust me, I know. Okay. I couldn't even focus into my job. So that's when I said, all right, I guess I'm going to try. And it was literally like 9 or 10 days where I was like, I can't do this. I can't. It was But that's me, guys. All right. Some people need this stuff. To me, that's what I'm saying. Like going through this transformation, I literally medicated myself for 9 days. All right. Thinking I needed that. And it's like, no, I didn't need that. All right. Did I have a little more focus? Yeah. Focused on one thing. Yeah. But I was also losing weight. I wasn't eating and I love food. All right. I'm Italian. I freaking love food. All right. Like it just wasn't, every time I put a pill in my mouth, it stressed me out. All right. So that was it for me. All right. Like, but that's me. All right. So these are my opinions. I am not a doctor. All right. Just because I don't self-medicate, just because I don't take medication for this, and this, like, doesn't mean I don't have a chemical imbalance. I just work with it if I got one. Trust me, like I've had plenty of babies and they wanted to put me on antidepressants after my babies because they said I had the baby blues and that can be super serious. But I took myself out of the funk. I was determined enough to take myself out of funks. Okay. But that's me. Okay. So that's me. Pain pills. I don't know much about pain pills. All right. But I know they're a problem. All right. Because the doctor's giving to you like, and then next thing you know, you're hooked and now you're buying them on the streets. And I get it, guys. Like I never understood why people how anyone would ever put themselves in a situation. Cause I had one of my best friends that's like that. And I still don't talk to her because of it. And it's like, but I understand now. For the longest time, I didn't understand how anyone would even put themselves in that situation being a parent. But now that I'm more aware, I clearly understand how people get addicted to pain pills and stuff because car accidents or whatever happens. And the next thing you know, you're addicted and that's how things go downhill. But to me, like, I have a real hard time with that. I tend to shut people out that do drugs like that because I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can be a parent and put yourself in that scenario. All right. But now that I'm older, like, I most definitely understand now how it happens. It doesn't make it right, but I understand. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. Hey, Cade. I'm going to have Caden buzz you in. I'm doing a video. Yeah, Cade's going to buzz you in. Buzz again. Oh, you're just coming to grab milk? Such a neighborly thing.
Who is that?
It's your sister. Open the door.
I did.
Thank you. Buzz again. She didn't get in. So you just need a half cup of milk. All right, just grab a half cup of milk. I love you. Just grab the milk. All right, love you. Bye. It's been forever since a neighbor asked me for something. But I want to be done talking about medication because it's a touchy subject because some people need it and everybody has their opinion about something. Okay. And I don't want to offend anybody, but the whole thing, like, I just have a hard time doing that. And then now I understand how it happens because it is as easy as being in an accident. And the next thing you know, you're hooked on pain pills. So it's like, I get it, and it sucks. All right, I get it. Hi.
Am I? Allowed to sleep over at Emma's.
Yeah.
So then I'll pack a bag and I'll call me when you're done with that. Okay.
I will. Is that a glass measuring cup?
Yeah.
All right. Be careful walking down the stairs with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you.
I
love you. I love you. What about what? I'm not gonna touch on that right now, guys. I can't touch on that right now. That's a long Kundalini awakening. So awesome though, right? But I can't touch on that right now. It's too much. You can Google it, all right? It's a lot. I wanted to ask you about light workers and the calling. Well, yeah, they're calling all the light workers right now, all the collective. All right. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. All right. What are my favorite cards? Oh, that's hard. That's hard. That's a hard one. I got so many. I love all my mysticals. I call them my mysticals. They're my mysticals. All right. Like they're not just a deck of cards to me. Like they're powerful. Like there's not any decks I don't like. I can't say per se I got like, I might got a couple favorites. I did tell you, I picked up this deck and this is a brand new deck. All right. And this is going to take some breaking into, but I'm talking, they're beautiful. All right. They're just one of my favorites. Like, I do have a deck I never use with you guys. I'll show you real quick. These are brand new. I mean, they're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I will eventually use them with you. Like I said, I just got them. They're they have to. I don't use my cards right away like that, guys. I like my energy to they sit with my energy for a little while. I'm very particular about which ones I put on the air. Okay, because you got to. All decks hold different types of energy, and yeah, you need the good with the light, the bad and the yin and the yang, but all decks give out different energy. Okay, so I'm real particular about certain decks. This is one of my favorite decks. I haven't used this one with you. Like, they're all different. It's the nautical deck. All right, the 78 nautical deck. This is mine. I will show you my favorite cards. Like the 4 of Pens, like tell me you're not holding on. I mean, look at that card. Like, I think you're holding on a little too long. You're holding on to something a little too tight. I mean, look at you. These cards say a lot, but I read this deck intuitively. So I haven't shared this deck with you guys yet. I will show you one of my favorite cards though in this whole deck. It's the Queen. It's the Queen in the World card. Get me every time. And each card is a different illustrator. All right. And look at this 7 of Wands. Like, hello. Yeah, you think? All right. These are powerful. All right. Look at my star though. The dragon. The dragon. The dragon. Where's my world? So here's my favorite one. All right. I have 2 favorite ones. The Queen of Wands. Look at this. Look how absolutely amazing this is. It's not focusing. And then the World card. The World card. I've thought about breaking them out for you guys. All right. But certain decks are personal for me. And they're mine. Okay. They're mine. And I'm greedy with certain decks. All right. Because they're mine. This is one of my favorites. All right. The World. Look how it says, I don't know. I got the goosebumps. All right. It's just, I don't know. All right. But I got a couple favorite decks, you know. So I know what decks work best with what energy too. Okay. So I got to take that into consideration too. All right. Because I don't know if you guys realize, but the decks are talking. All right. So when people go like this and they show you, they're showing you it's energy. It's more than just a picture. It's energy being transmuted. Okay. Like, I don't know if you guys realize that we're working with decks. The decks is what draws in the energy. So we can show, you know what I mean? So I'm super careful with you guys. Trust me. You're very welcome. Masculine energy and twins. I love you too, sweetie. Have a good night. I'll talk to you in a little while. Yeah. What does that say? Yeah. Telekinesis. Yeah. You're very welcome. Have I ever done a reading with regular cards? What do you mean with regular cards? What does that even mean? Like, I do all deck. What do you mean by that? Like, all decks are a regular card. They're all cards. All right. They're all playing cards. Yes. Yes, I do. I actually wanted to learn that way. I have, where did it go? That's weird. They're not there. Right here. Regular decks. And I wrote the meanings on them. And this is when I first started learning like the deck meanings. Okay. So yeah, it's cool. All right. I prefer illustration. Like I love Japanese art. I love a lot of art. It just really depends. But I can literally like get lost in that. And just the cover of the top of the card. I mean, I can get lost in that. You know what I mean? But that's because it's symbolic. All right. So I search for things. All right. So it's like, it's intuitive. You know what I mean? I do a lot of intuitive reading. I try. I know you guys love when I freestyle my cards. I haven't done that in a while. I was talking about that today, that I haven't freestyled my cards in a long time. So I'll try to get around to that soon for you guys, because I know you guys like it. Am I addicted to tarot? I am not addicted to tarot anymore, thank God, because I truly was addicted to tarot. Let me tell you guys, not everybody, just because we're all in the same energy does not mean this person's going to come around. These are the thoughts. This is like the conscious. But you guys know, when I go into the conscious and then I clarify, it's not the action being taken. Okay. I will tell you, like, can I know where like my twin is or whatnot by watching like any other reader or whatnot? Like, I don't watch other readers for that anymore, because I came to realize, like, regardless of being in the energy, it does not mean this person's coming in. And to me, it was giving me like false hope. That's why I'm here to guide and tell you what kind of energy you're working with and what you're dealing with and why you're experiencing this kind of stuff. Okay? Because these are the thoughts, but where's the action? Okay? So when they start taking action, great. All right? Because eventually they're going to have to take action, because the energy will push them to, but it doesn't mean you guys will still come into union. You know what I'm saying? So I am definitely not addicted to tarot anymore. I hardly ever read for myself. I'll pull a card here and there on myself. Okay. I haven't read for myself in a long time. Here and there, I do. I do not do it on my twin anymore, because it defeats the purpose. I don't even want to know where he's at. It doesn't matter, because I can't help him. So why do I want to know what he's doing? I'm just hoping he's helping himself, is what I'm hoping. Okay. Like, I don't want to know what he's doing. And that's my opinion, because I have to focus on other things. So if I'm caught up, have you met me yet? I'm a Cancer. I nurture, so if I know he's going through a lot, I can feel it anyway. I don't need to see. All right. Then what? I'm all like that for the day. Like, it can turn your energy like that. I've been there. I know for a damn fact it does. Okay. That's why I do what it is I do, the way I do it. So you guys have certain insight. Okay. Because I don't want you guys stuck like that. I don't. I know what it does. That's why I'm here. Okay. I was addicted to tarot. I mean, oh my God, it's 2:00. I'm talking from the minute I got home from work to 2:00 in the morning. Like, what's he up to? What's going on? He's coming in this week. Awesome. Oh, wait. And then like 2 years later, like, did he ever come in? No. All right. Were his thoughts there? Yeah. Were my thoughts there? Yeah. But my thoughts also create his thoughts. His thoughts also create my thoughts. You guys connect that way. You think of them, they think of you. All right. That's what I'm saying. That's why their energy is always on the board. So it's important you guys know exactly where you're at, and you know exactly where they're at sometimes. Not to the T, but, just enough for you to get the gist of it, because it's important. You don't want to be stuck in that type of energy, guys. That is not why I'm here. All right. I am here to guide you to get you out of that energy, because in all reality, if you don't find your purpose and you don't find what truly makes you happy, you guys are not going to come back together. It's that simple. Okay. And then just when you think you got your shit together, all right, they don't have the shit together. All right. So you can't, what's meant to be will be. And it's hard when you find that connection. It's hard to let go. It's hard to let go of that connect. But think about it. You all had that first love, that boyfriend, that forever after, the husband, the wife. You all had that, right? And then you learned to let it go. It just took time. Okay. I know this connection's a little different, but you heal in time, and it's all about your perspective and how you look at things. Okay. It's really like, I just want to like guide you guys in the right direction, so we're not stagnant. Okay. Because those thoughts will always be there. And does it happen to a lot of people? Yeah. A lot of people, you were so right with this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Because some of them come in because it's their time. When it's universal timing, whether you want or not, say you were pushing it away, I guarantee you will bump into this person. So the connection reopens. The connection's never gone, but the universe will make sure something like that happens for it to open back up, to keep the connection open. All right. Even sending a text message keeps it open. Even a thought keeps it open. Okay. So if you're thinking of them, they're thinking of you. If it's probably not as the runner, obviously it's on the thought a lot more, because the chaser is the one that's usually the partying and messing up and, you know what I mean, living their life and not really giving two shits. But I'm telling you that you cross their mind a lot more than you think they do. Okay, trust me. There's no way you can have that connect with somebody and them not feel that connect. They just don't want to talk about it. That's it. All right. It's not that you truly don't care. It's because you do. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have wrote it like that. All right. That's more like of a denial thing, okay? Because that care will always be there. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be on my channel. No insult, but that's the reality of how you just worded that comment and how I took it, okay? And I don't want anybody to be in denial. That's the last thing, because then you're not growing, all right? And that's ego, that's pride, that's all of that, all right? That like, I don't care. Now you care because you're on my channel, all right? Like, then if you're not sure if it's your twin, then good chance it's not your twin, okay? Because you would know. There's no way. When you have that connect with a twin, there's no way you don't know. There's a good chance it's not your twin then, because if you're intimate with one person, then with the other one, and if you haven't been intimate, it's different. You still feel that connection. You still have that pull. But you will have that type of pull with a karmic. But with a twin, there's no in between. You can't mistaken that feeling. So good chance, honey, good chance, MK, you're dealing with a karmic, okay? And especially right around the moons and all the cycles. When new clients come at me, sometimes it's frustrating when they have two men, because it's like, damn, I have to get so detailed in this spread, one spread after another spread, another spread after another, to really pinpoint which one's which. I can usually do it by just talking and noticing in certain things, but then karmics and twins around full moons, new moons, any eclipses, any of this, they mirror each other. All right, they really do. So it gets tricky. You can always, there's only been like one or two where I couldn't ever pinpoint it. And to this day, it still drives me nuts. But then I talked to them a couple months later and I was like, that makes complete sense why. And they are the exact to the T. All right. And it's because I realized you gotta be careful with, I don't usually do personal readings around like the full moon. And when I scheduled, I have 4 today that I still haven't got out. I uploaded 2 and they still won't go out. All right, so I do have to, for those that are waiting on me and you're those 4, you might get them first thing in the morning, because it's not letting me. The 2 that I uploaded are not even letting me. They're not even physically uploading. They're not even turning into the pH, not the pH, the MB something. Like, they're not even doing that. They're just kind of like stuck with that Barbasol look. You see at a barber shop, with the little flag thing, whatever it is, but it's not even doing that. It's just like, duh, I'm going to sit here and play dumb. He knows that why he can't stop spying. Yeah, they will. Everybody, when you got that bond with somebody, you always go back and look. Okay. It's hard. Like I said, somebody reached out the other day, and this was like one of my first loves. I know he never got over me. I broke his heart. Everybody, it happens to everybody. He's an amazing person. It just wasn't where I wanted to be. It was a very young love. Okay. And an amazing person. But I know when I start talking to people like that, you can usually tell right off the bat, like, if they're lonely or they're unhappy. And I can't be that person for everybody right now. I can't take on everybody else's baggage right now, even though I want to help. Sometimes your best thing is to let them figure it out. All right. And it's hard. It's hard, especially when you care for somebody, because I have that feeling with everybody. Okay. Like, I pretty much talk to all my exes. Like, I don't ever leave connections like that without us remaining friends. And that's why it's another reason why it was so hard for me and my twin, because like, why can't we just be friends? Like, I'm not that person. Like, I'm friends with all my exes. Like, why don't you want to be my friend? I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it was to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to be my friend? Like, I'm an awesome person. You don't want to be my friend? F you. You're lost. You're lost then, you little mother, yada, yada. All right. And it is his loss, but he'll be back. They always are. They always come back. They always come back. You guys can't be friends. Well, if you guys can't be friends, it's because the other doesn't allow it. It's not that you don't want it. It's just one doesn't allow the connection, and you can't do nothing about it. And this is the first time I was ever faced by something like that. Because, like, what do you mean you don't want to be my friend? Like, back to the same thing. Like, you don't want to be my friend? You don't even want to be my friend? I'm a friendly person. What do you mean you don't want to be my friend? But if they don't want to be your friend, there's not, in the majority of that time, that's how that works. My mine doesn't want to be my friend, like, have you met me yet? Have you met me? And you don't even want to be my friend? Nah. You want to know why? Because he's scared. He's scared of the connection. And I know he is because I can feel it. And I get scared of the connection sometimes. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm still willing to work on things, but like, I don't know where it would take us, but I know what it's like. Okay. So I know what it's like. All right. I can't get mad at him for that. I can't. I'm not gonna force someone to be my friend. I tried for a long time. Can we just be friends? Like the Bismarcky. No, that's different. You say he's just a friend. I don't know why I thought about that, because that's not like that kind of friend. But maybe that's why. Maybe I gave my own answer. Maybe he thinks I want to be more than friends. Maybe he thinks it's just sexual and he wants more than that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't talk, so I don't know what he's thinking. He could put anything in his head. All right. So maybe I just answered my own question. Maybe he thinks that because our intimacy is like that, then maybe he thinks I just want more and it won't grow into something. And he's got feelings maybe where to the point where he doesn't know how I feel or vice versa. So maybe I just answered my own question when it came to that. All right. Even though I want to be, what do you call that, platonic friend? All right, I'll even take a platonic friend. I had no underlying nothing when I always said you don't want to be friends. And like, we can't even be friends. But like, so maybe he took it that way because I did just call out the Biz Marquee song. So maybe maybe he read into that and was thinking it was more of a sexual thing. All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe I just literally answered my own question to that. For real. What must be a Cancer thing? She's a Cancer sun, Cappy moon, and Scorp rising. My whole damn chat. What's my Venus? That is too funny. Yeah, a lot of them are going through a drinking issue, addictions, that kind of stuff right now, codependencies. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of, I can't believe you know my whole chat. Yeah, I'd be content just being a friend with my twin. All right. But it's got to be hard, guys. I mean, that pull, it's got to be super hard. I don't know how it would be possible, but at least I'd like to try. I mean, I'm willing to put the effort in. All right. But have you, like, who I am, though. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have that connection. I like keeping that connection. But that's me. You're past that point. Yeah, I know, but you used to, see, that's like denial. Aren't you the one that just said to me the other thing? That's like denial, though. Okay. Like, you, you're not really past that point then, because you're still looking for answers, honey. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Okay, so you guys have never been together. But you're the one that also said you wasn't sure if it was your twin, right? Hey, Cade. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are just drawn to me. People come to me the way they're supposed to come to me. There's a reason for everything. And all the stories are so crazy on how you meet certain people. And there's certain people that are purposely not on my page because it's just the way it is. I am real. You got to keep it real, though. I mean, this is my job. All right. It's the reality. If you want to teach somebody the ins and the outs in the right way, you got to keep it real. Everyone's drawn. I don't know why. Just how you're drawn to like certain people. Like, even reading all this, I'm just zoning on. I can feel like all you guys' energy. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can channel in so many different directions. Even just reading certain things, like, literally, like, opens me to get me to go somewhere, and I'm not trying to do that right now. But that's how it is. We all connect somehow. I know. I think everyone's energy. It doesn't matter what zodiac, because you can say like, "Oh, I'm a Scorp," but it's what are you a Scorp? Are you on the cusp of being a Scorp? Like, what are you though? You in the 1, 2, 3? You know what I mean? Like, there's all different things. It's not just being like one particular zodiac. Scorps tend to pull in a lot of energy though. Aries, my Aries tend to pull in a lot of my energy too. You all do though, just in a different way. It really depends on what house you're in. Like anybody can read astrology, anybody can do tarot. It's just how you break it down and explain and if you channel. But you don't even have to be one to channel and XYZ. You don't. Anyone can read cards because it's all about astrology. Bottom line, if you're a Cancer and your Cancer's in this house, you know, like say like I'm a Cappy and my Cappy right now is in the moon and the moon is in the 10th house, which is career. So right now I can look at any Capricorn and be like, oh, well, I think you're going to go through this, 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 and this, and tell them the whole life story. And they're like, how did you do that? No, I'm not psychic. I just know where the planets are. See? That's why it's so important to know your astrology. But for the real true readers, we channel and we read intuitively. Okay. And it's more detailed. It's more, we just know. Like the videos I did today, you know, being a little hash or being like, like, let's go. Like, I don't normally read that. I'm a love channel. I don't ever say focus on money. All right. But some of you, and it makes sense because we are in Cappy energy. And it didn't occur to me until just now, until I just said that, which is all about career and money and finances. And okay, so it makes a lot of sense. Like, so maybe it was meant for me to be like, let's freaking go. Focus on what needs to be focused on so love can come in. Because if you're not focused on the right thing, certain stuff will not come at you. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Take my messages seriously. It's not me. I don't have a degree, guys. I'm telling you, it's what got me through. It's like, buckle up, buttercups, buckle up. And I'm trying to see if there's like any more. I've just been like randomly talking. I'm trying to see if there's like any more things we should talk about because I've been on here for an hour and a half and I want to try to see if I can upload those in a different way. Just save, save, save. And one of those to cash in the summer harvest. Time to cash in the summer harvest. Does anyone talk about your menstrual cycle with the full moon? A lot of women, if you're very in tune, your period will start linking up with full moons and new moons. It started happening to me a few months ago. And now you all know. Frig man. But it does happen like that, all right? Because it just goes to show you're in tune with your feminine energy, though, all right? Mine's usually like more like the new moon. All right, so if the new moon is at a different date, mine will get pushed out. It is like that, guys. It really is. So it does mess with mine. All right, because it's normally me. It's more around like the full moon. I mean the new moon, not the full moon. Yeah, so it just depends. All right, but me, okay. Enough with this subject. How do we be more in balance with our masculine energy? It just happens. You just take on masculine energy and it's just a matter of working with it. Some people can't handle it. All right. Some people will be like, oh, I'm such like a D-bag today. Well, you're probably in more masculine energy than feminine energy, believe it or not, because when you don't know how to work with something and control it, chances are you're working with the opposite energy. Right now, a majority of you, even my men, are going to be working with feminine energy because the moon in Capricorn is feminine energy. So when I do my moon readings, I always mention what type of energy it's in. So pay attention to that because the Cappy moon is feminine energy right now. Thank you. Thank you, Baba Cakes. I'm thinking I should apologize to my twin. I lost him on him and for telling him that he missed me. Oh, well, Yeah, you might want to throw an apology out there, but you're also opening a door. So if you're going to go and apologize, make sure you can back it up with either a conversation or this is why I'm apologizing, or you know what I mean? Don't just be like, I'm sorry. And then if that person texts you back and you don't reply because you just want an apology, like you got to come at somebody more than just that, especially when you're dealing with a twin. And you blew up on him. I don't know why. All right. But I blow up on my twin here and there, and I do go back and apologize. The last time I apologized, though, was a shitty apology. I was literally like, I apologize. I'm sorry for few chosen words. This is my exact words, like for few chosen words. But that's how it was. It was only a few words. I only apologized for a few. So he's probably sitting there and being like, which few did she apologize for? Screw her. All right. But if you're gonna apologize, if you're asking if you should apologize, then you already answered your own question. All right, so go apologize. But be prepared to go back and forth. Don't just apologize and then ignore the person again, because that would be foolish. All right, if you're gonna apologize, put some effort into it. Because if you're not ready to put the effort into it, then don't hit her up or hit him up. Like, don't, there's no point. All right, because then somebody else gets hurt. All right, and that's not cool. All right. But you're answering your own question by asking whether or not you should. You probably really should. All right. But put some effort into it then. You know what I mean? Pure life. What? Somebody just said something about something. You shouldn't smoke. I just lost that. I don't know if you're talking about like going through a transformation or awakening. You should not smoke pot during a transformation or an awakening, because it could do the opposite. And well, it could do an opposite on different things. Some people can actually get skittish, or some people can't really absorb what's being downloaded, or when you're getting the download, you're not awake for it because you're smoking. All right. So it's like you missed that download. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not really sure how you get the downloads. You just do. All right. Like a lot of people get them at night when they're sleeping. You just wake up, you feel different. You know when you're going through an awakening. You just know. All right. Your energy changes. Everything shifts. All right. Your perspective changes on things. Downloads is hard though. It's usually when you're sleeping. A lot of people won't even realize when they get downloads. All right. And that's where just wisdom, that's where stuff just comes from. And you're like, how did I even know that? Oh, because you had a download. you know, I stopped drinking alcohol. Takes me out of alignment. Well, yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to. That's the trickiest thing too, is staying balanced and finding your alignment. Because when you become spiritual, they need to, all the spirits, certain guides, they need to align. You need to align with your guides. You need to align with the universe. Okay. And that takes balance and transformations and downloads and awake. It's a lot of things, guys. Like it takes time to align, to really get into alignment. All right. And if you're drinking and smoking pot and doing all that, you're not going to get into alignment. If you're talking to other people's opinions, you know what I've been hearing left and right, and it's super frustrating. I've been seeing it, and it's coming back around again. And I don't know if it's because the whole Mars retrograde, but people are listening to other people's opinions. And what if that person talks shit about you? All right. But then all of a sudden they want to be with you, but they can't be with you because now their best friend, you just talk shit about this person. So now they're like, I don't want to contradict myself. Like you put yourself in your own freaking pickle jar by running your mouth. You know what I mean? And getting advice from other people at the end of the day. Are you sleeping with that person? Are you is that person undressing you and having that moment with you? Well, it's so mind blowing to me. It really is. And a lot of people are going to like parental guidance and stuff. And it's like, if you're the only child, I'm running into that too. They want to protect you. Mama wants to protect you. Oh, I don't think she's good for you. Or I don't think he's good for you. Or no one ever be good enough for my baby. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take stuff with a grain of salt, guys, because at the end of the day, they are not in bed with you. They don't create your happy. You create your own happy. So when you're getting other people's opinions, you're screwing yourself. I'm going to keep it real. You're screwing yourself because ultimately you make that decision. I should do just a video on that. Okay, because it's starting to happen again. And you're listening to your friends' opinions. And what if they have good intentions, but in all reality, it's their experience. The knowledge they're giving you is from their experience. And how did their experience pan out for them? And I'm friends are jealous of friends. All right. Even my daughter's starting to go through this. And this one, she's like, well, this one doesn't want to hang out with me tonight because I said I was going to go hang out with her and blah, 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 blah. And I want to be like, and she's only 13. I want to be like, and instantly shut it down. Shut it down, Mia, because it's a jealousy thing. You know, she's mad at you because you don't want to hang out with her because you mentioned you were going here. We'll tell her, listen, I'm not doing this with you right now. Like, I love you. I'm not doing this with you right now. And that's it. And ignore it. Don't feed into that shit. And I can't believe that shit's already happening at the age of freaking, she just turned 13. So it was already happening at the age of 12. All right. And I know what it's like because I remember even being like in my 20s and a new girl would come into our crowd like, you're not in our circle. Who are you? Get out of here. All right. I was that person too. All right. Like, she's not your best friend. Who are you? Like, I would feel a little intimidated by certain people coming into my crowd, but I had that face where I intimidated a lot of people, so I didn't have to really worry about that. They would just run. They would just run and be like, your girlfriend has got a big B on her forehead. So I know what it's like. Obviously, it's not like that now, guys. I was 20 years ago. All right. But it's just crazy how it's literally happening at the age of 12 right now. All right. People being jealous of other people. So if you're getting your advice from this particular friend, that just goes to show, like, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's a lose-lose talking about this kind of stuff. And not to mention if it's your twin and that friend has been with you through freaking thick and thin, so they know every single detail that went down. Why on earth would they ever want you to get back together with that person? They would never want you to put yourself in that situation again, even if it was the bestest friend in the whole wide world, because they wouldn't want you to get hurt again. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if this person makes you happy and people learn and they grow, then it's okay. But they're not going to understand that because they didn't have to go through that experience. They didn't have to go through that lesson. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like, you got to be real careful on who you talk to. It's that simple. When I was going through this whole awakening and this whole thing, I was so careful on who I talked to. So careful. Like, only there was one true friend, two friends that I talked to about this, because people just don't understand and you don't want too many opinions getting tossed your way. Like, I don't talk to anybody about my twin except for you guys and then my one friend, but we haven't talked about it in a really long time. Like, it hasn't come up in months. All right. She'll ask every once in a while, like, how you doing with that? And I'll be like, yeah, all right, kind of in the same place, but we don't talk about it. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Be real careful on who you talk to, please, because that is coming around like crazy again. And it's super frustrating because at the end of the day, this person is not in bed with you. Even if your friends got good intent, ultimately, like I've said, like, they're giving you advice on situations they've been in and think about how that works out for them. So there's that, you know. There was something, I screenshotted something the other day. And it was something like that. And I wonder if that's what it was. Let me peek real quick because actually I saved it. Oh, here's a good one too. If someone tells you you can't, they're showing you your limits, not yours. See, it's like the same thing. All right. It's kind of like what I'm talking about. If someone tells you you can't do that, they're showing you their limits, not your limits. That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to be real careful on who you talk to. People don't get it. Not everybody has your best interest, or they haven't experienced that. So it's throwing you. Okay. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they're not in bed with you. They don't share that love, that passion. They don't share that connect. Okay. So be real careful on who you talk to, please. I'm so tired of that because I know my twin has a lot of shitty friends. All right. But he probably doesn't even consider them friends. They're more like acquaintances that are just always there. But like, I can only imagine because when I go in and see him at certain times and all his friends are around, I feel their vibe. You don't think I pick up on that? I pick up on that real quick. It's like they're like his own little set of guard dogs. Like my twin literally has a set of guard dogs. Like, for real? You think I can't overthrow your guard dogs? All right, they're a bunch of little freaking chihuahuas that I can kick with my freaking fingernails. Okay, like I'm not worried about your guard dogs. All right, but that's what it's like. Okay, so get me going. Don't get me going. All right, that's for real how it is. Like I don't know who he thinks he's messing with. All right, he's not gonna one up this princess. Nuh-uh. Nope. Not even a princess. I'm an empress. Yeah, right. I just freaking sorry. All right, and it's so crazy because I can literally walk in and feel like their energy sometimes, and I'm like, and they'll all like look at me and play off like all big smiles, like, yeah, okay, like I'm not that fake friend. Like, don't try to have a conversation with me either if you're gonna be that person. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, you can sniff that shit a mile away now. All right, you really can. But I just think it's funny. All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just my whole point. That's what I know is going around right now. People are running their mouth about stuff they don't even know anything about. All right, like you're talking to somebody that can't give you the right advice because they never pushed that limit. All right, because they probably got advice for somebody else that didn't give them good advice. At the end of the day, it don't freaking matter. All right, that's like my number one thing that I want to stress to people. That's why it's okay to forgive when there's been growth. Okay, because at the end of the day, you're in bed with that person, nobody else. It shouldn't matter what anybody else thinks because you have one life, guys. One life. Be with that one person that makes you happy because eventually, if you find you're happy and your purpose, that will happen. Yeah, 100%. You mark my words. That will happen for you because you'll deserve it. Trust me. I don't know what I'm dropping over here. I don't know what I'm dropping over here. I literally have a steak knife down here. Like, hello. I don't even know how this got here. Oh, yeah, I do. I was opening something the other day and I never put it away. A box came in the mail. That's a no good. That's no good. That's definitely no good to have a steak knife around shit ton of energy. Oh my God. It's like the Exorcist. All right. What was that movie where stuff flies around like that, right? I don't know. I never watched shit like that growing up, guys. I was a super scaredy cat. I'm still a super scaredy cat. I don't do scary movies. I've never watched a Friday the 13th, nothing. The only thing I've ever watched scary, and it wasn't even scary like that, it was like Hellraiser and like Children of the Corn. And then like Children of the Corn, I was like, that was a little freaky. Like, I've never watched Chucky, Jason. Like, I don't, nah. Nah. And my kids are like horror, like fiends. They love it. They love it. Not me. I'm like, no, no, thank you. Even Kai's like, nah, thank God, ma. I don't do scary. I don't do scary. I have enough going on. Like, I don't need to have freaking nightmares. Like, I watch certain stuff like I'll scroll on like whatever I'm on and I'll come across like certain stories, like the 7 creepiest photos. And then like, I'll watch my back for like an hour. Like, no, I'm not shitting you. I'll watch my back for like an hour. Okay. Like, I don't do creepy. You just don't. All right. How's my buddy? Hi, JD. JD, you should be on the beach. What are you doing right now? What are you doing, girlfriend? Go be drinking up the all the what are they called? How do you say beer in Spanish? I said it all. I said it for a week straight when I was in the Dominican. I can't even think right now. Somebody help me out. But that's what you should be doing right now, Jamie. It was too hot to nap. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm telling you, I was like, you guys are all like, yes, all right. Thank you. I don't know why I spaced it, man. Oh my God. All day. That's all I said, all day. Because that's all there was. It was like the hard liquor was gross. They watered it down. Like, they even watered down the beer. And it was like all day, like, cervezas. Like, because it was the only thing they couldn't water down. But I still think they managed to water it down. I'm not fooling. Yeah, I know it's beer. But I was talking about hard liquor. That's why we didn't drink hard liquor in the Dominican, because they literally watered it down. And the hard liquor, even the top shelf, and I never even heard of it, even the top shelf, I mean, we had friends puking off of that. So that says a lot too. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is, but it's what, Thursday night? It's 6 o'clock here. It's Thursday night. I don't drink during the week. I don't have a casual drink like that. Like my mom would come home every day and like crack open a beer, she's a casual drinker. I'll have like a wine here and there, maybe like once a week. Like the last couple times I've done it was with you guys during my live videos. And I'll go out and drink. I'm more of a social drinker. I don't know what I'd do if I sat at home and got a buzz and I was bored. That's not good for courting. That's not good for court. I got to stay busy. I got to be out and about. Definitely a social drinker. All right. I can't even imagine being at home by myself, buzzed, bored. All right. I'd probably be dancing with my broom. I do that straight, but like, oh my God, my mind would take me somewhere else. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I look so beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty because I have no makeup on. I didn't shower today. All right. And I had a podcast this morning and the podcast is not a video. So I was like, oh, I'm good. And then all of a sudden I got on and made all these videos and I'm like, I didn't even put a freaking damn shade of makeup on. But that doesn't faze me anyway. But thank you for saying I look good. Hola, chula. Did you just call me a chulo head? My friend, she says that all the time. You're such a chulo head. You're such a chulo head. Well, you know what she calls me and I still don't get it, and I do a back turn. She'll be like, nah, but she'll call me a chocha roach. I don't even know what it means. It's not like an insult, but it's like it cracks me up to this day. And chocha roach, like I don't even know what that means. It's like I'm not Spanish. Is that a thing, or is that just her being silly with me? But I'll do it back to her and she'll be like, nah, you're my chocha roach. And I don't even know what it means, but that's what she calls me. And I'm like, you're an ass. I think it's just I don't think it's like a Spanish, yeah, chocha roach for real. I don't think it's like a Spanish thing. It's her thing. Chulo. No, she's not saying that. She's saying chocha. It is silly. It is silly. But I always give nicknames to everybody. I just don't know where that one came from. Because like when I think of like chocha, when I think of like roach, I either think of like a roach from like a joint or like a cockroach. Like there's no in between. So it's like I don't even know where she's going with that. Like chocha roach. Like, and then chocha, I think of something else. That's neither of those. So I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense to me. But it's funny because somebody said chocha and said something else, and I could have sworn that's what it was, but it wasn't. I think they misspelled something. But I think they were saying chulo. And then they corrected themselves. So I don't know what that's all about. I thought it was what? Cocaine? All right, we're way off. We're way off now. Now we're like, what? No, what? Chocha. Yeah, I don't know. It is funny. Yeah, that's what I think. Yes, thank you. That's what I consider, like, that's why I'm saying. So I think chocha, and then I think those two things. And I'm like, neither of those even make sense. So that's why we always laugh. And I'm like, why do you say that? It is odd. I'm like, why do you say that? And she's like, because you just my chocha roach. I'm like, okay. And then when I do it to her, she's like, nah, you can't do that, Court. You're not allowed to do that. I'm like, yeah, I am. And then she'll turn around and call me a little chulo head. Hi. What up, Buttercup?
Is it live?
It is live.
Oh, when are you ordering dinner?
When am I ordering dinner? Oh, I forgot we're ordering dinner.
I'm
See?
so hungry.
All right, so I'm going to order dinner. But listen, go on Demand and find out what we got for movies. I know we can't do the Jurassic Park. Did that download yet to your Xbox?
Can't watch it.
We can't watch it to the 3rd still. Guys, good movies. Give me a list of good movies. He's 10, but he can watch whatever.
I'm 11.
11. He's 11. He's not 10 anymore. Sorry, guys. He's 11. What's that other one I want to see? Rampage?
Yeah.
No, because that one, no, I don't want that one yet because we're Hispanic. We don't need to make sense. Yeah, I can't make sense of her. That makes sense. But she's my mama. All right. She taught me how to make my
She has a scarf.
Lucy, no. My empanadas and I suck at rice. I suck at rice, but I can make a kick-ass sofrito. All right, a dry sofrito with fresh stuff. That's the only thing I'm kick-ass at. But for Spanish food, rice, I can't do it, guys. I can't. But I can make kick-ass other stuff that's Spanish.
Your dog.
But I love making different foods like that. But I do make a good sofrito.
Your dog.
Yeah, can you just go tell me what's on demand? Did you guys not mention any movies? Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit. He's 11. Rat Race. Well, Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit. That's not. Is that? That's not a cartoon though, is it? It's not. What's it about?
Huh?
I don't know. Go pick out a couple. So we're gonna order, but we're not gonna. So I'm gonna wrap this up in like 5 or 10 minutes. Listen to me. Where'd you go? Get over here. Get over here so you can show me the door. I'm gonna order, and then when the food comes, we'll do a movie. Okay. So go if you want. You don't have to, but go see what's on demand. And it was the on demand. It says what's it. Well, I'm pointing to the TV, but it will tell you what's in the theater. Like we can rent what's in the theater.
So what do I say?
The on demand thing. Just hit movies. Just hit newest movies, like latest releases, right. Or just hit what's in the theater.
I love you.
Love you too. Rat Race. It's funny. Cats. Yeah, but he's 11, guys. It's like one of those movies. Boston. What about Boston? What is the movie? What? Yeah, he's not gonna watch that. Aristocats. Remember that old school one? He's 11 though, guys. I'm not talking like Land Before Time. All right, The Incredible Twos. Yeah, maybe. Boston, great band. All right. What's hilarious? It's hilarious. Love Boston. Y'all love Boston. Then you guys obviously haven't been to New York. It's so funny because I have family and my cousin's always like, oh my God, I want to come down court. So he's in Minnesota and he's like, I want to come down court and I want you to take me to like the South End and take me to Southie and all this stuff. He's like, I want to see like mobsters. I was like, oh my God, like, did you just say that to me? Like, go to New York, go. It's not like that. Like, it's not obvious. Like, it's not like that anymore. All right. Like, it's not. All right. But it's funny because, and I know why he says it, because my dad's side of the family is still associated. And it's not like how it is in the movies, guys. Trust me. I know firsthand. It's not. Okay. So there's a fact. All right. But it's just funny because if people get excited to go to Boston, and it's like, I don't know, like it's such a small city. It's fun, but like I've never been to New York. Like I'd rather go to New York, you know? See the big city. But Boston's cool. I'm not down in Boston. Yeah, but you can walk the town. You can walk the city and be like done with it. You know what I mean? Like if you know how to, like if you're a trooper, you can walk the city in a day and see it all. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can't do that in NY, you know? So that's why I'm like, he always cracks me up that it's like, nah, you're thinking of the movies, kid. You're thinking of the movies. That's cute. 1 mile long. I love you too. There's a place outside of New York. Is it Soho? I came across a hotel there like a month ago when I was looking. It was like the cutest little thing. Was it Soho? I think it was Soho. Yeah, live in Boston in August. You're gonna have fun. It's a great city. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like down in Boston at all. But somebody was like, I can't wait. Like for instance, like with my cousin too. Like I can't wait to go to Boston because this is nuts. And it's like, okay. I guess I don't like it. It's great, but like it's a little city compared to. I mean, it's not little, but compared to like a city is, it's freaking little. All right, it's little. Like you can troop the city. I can troop all of Boston in one day. A few times around, but I'm a trooper. All right, so now we're just yapping, and I gotta order dinner and rent a movie. All right, so it's been real. I love you guys. I love you guys. It's been real. You're very welcome. Where's Soho? I think it's outside. It's like right in New York. It's right outside of New York, I think. I'm almost positive. Very welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yep, dinner. I gotta order dinner. Pick a movie. I gotta get out 2 more videos, which I don't think I'm gonna get out, but I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm definitely gonna try. I might have to wait until tomorrow, and I hate that. It's not gonna back me up. I don't like it. It's not cool. It's not cool. Bye, bye, bye. I know I should just be like, click. I love you guys. I hope some of the stuff we talked about in the beginning was helpful. Okay, it's not an easy ride, guys. All right, but again, just my energy is going to be all over the place. It is what it is. It's not a bad thing, guys. All right, and if anything, you guys should feed off my energy, okay? Because you were drawn to me for a reason. All right, so if my energy is your energy, like say for instance the other day, which was weird, like I had my little breakdown or whatnot, and then there was like so many freaking comments. Like I had a breakdown the same day because we're all in the same energy. All right, like we all go through it. It's just a matter of that reader's going to keep it real with you and tell you whether or not they cope through it or not. Okay, like we all go through it. I only do 2 readers, and one of them came off the air a month back because she couldn't handle it. All right, because of where certain planets were placed. All right, she had to go off the air for a couple months. She was smart. All right, that's what I'm saying. Like she didn't want to give anybody that vibe, but I'm not worried about giving anybody like a bad vibe like that. Like you got to work with energy, guys. You have to. All right, like it's not a big deal. All right, you guys were all in the same energy, and I just happen to keep it real with you. Like I had a bad day. Everyone has a bad day. Okay, like everyone has a bad day. I'm just, like it is what it is, guys. I keep it real. So don't worry about if I give you a hard time. Don't worry about it. You don't like it, you don't like it. All right. No one's perfect. I'm perfect. Have you not met me yet? You know I'm joking, right? Perfect is an understatement. I'm glad you found me too. I'm glad you found me too. All right. Because the people I truly connect with and that are healing, honestly, it's like I just want to motivate other people. So you guys motivate other people. Even if you only helped a couple people in your whole lifetime, that's helping. That's huge. All right. Like that's a couple people saved. All right. So it's not like I'm saving, but like, where I'm going with that. It's like I'm not that one that like holds in secrets and like, oh, I'm not telling XYZ because then it's, my trick is out there and then I won't be able to make money. Nah, I'm not worried about money, guys. Have you met me yet? I know what comes my way and what's coming my way. Find your path, find your happy, and stuff just flows your way. Flows your way. I'm not lying to you. You talk to anybody who's healed and you watch the amount of abundance that comes around all the way around and how happy you will be. I'm not lying. For real. All right. It just takes time to get there, but then it's when you get there, you appreciate it. And trust me. All right. It's let's not hide certain secrets or hide certain stuff that can help and motivate other people. Like that's selfish and you're self-sabotaging yourself if you can help somebody but you're not going to do it because you don't get paid for it. Like it's a whole nother subject. Somebody mentioned a couple different things, you know what I mean? So it's like amaze balls. I know I say the craziest things. What did I say in one of my videos today? I came up with a new word. It was like has to do with like juggling. Don't be a juggler. No, I don't know, but it was cute. I was like, oh, here we go. We're caught making up our own words. I do it all the time. My friends always laugh. Like, that's not a word, Court. That's not a word. It is a word. If it comes out of my mouth, it's a word. All right. It exists somewhere. I love you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just in it. Don't get me going. That's a whole nother subject you can't get me going on. But that's why I'm here. And people ask me why I work so hard and why don't I rest. Guys, this is my job. This is my job. All right. To motivate and to
Shut the door.
You can shut the door. You're gonna leave the dog stuck in here with me? Thanks a lot. Just take her, give her a treat. I'm coming out in a second. I want to motivate. I want to motivate. I want to encourage. I want all that. Okay, because it's only more beneficial for generations and generations. Like I feel like It's just, don't get me going.
I can't reach the tweets.
You can't reach a tweet. You can't reach a tweet.
I can't reach the tweets.
There's some on the counter.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, there is.
No, I'm not.
Well, you can give her a slice of the real American cheddar cheese. She hasn't had cheese in a few days. Why don't you give her a slice of cheese?
What?
Give her a slice of cheese. She hasn't had cheese in a few days. The good cheese on the side, though. The orange cheese. Yeah. The cheddar, thin sliced. There's like a picture, it would say organic. Anyhow, I'm picky with cheese, guys. I love cheese. What do you mean, how do you open it? You're 11. Figure it out. How do you open it? How do you open cheese? Hi, lady. 11 light to all you guys too. Yeah. So what I was saying, just, you know what I mean? Like, you should always help people out on a journey if you can, especially if you've been through that. Why not help? Okay. Because it's only good for everybody else. All right. Like, why not better people's lives? I mean, I wouldn't want a coworker sitting next to me, like, bitching all freaking day. And every time I walked through the freaking building, there was a black cloud over her head. Like, freaking that. Like, nah, it was hard to make this decision to leave my job. It was really hard, and to be a single mom of 4 and start paying, you know, all this stuff on my own. And I'm telling you, like, it was a big jump, and I did it, and it was a risk, and I took it, and I did the right thing. I definitely did the right thing. All right. And I never thought I'd be able to make that money that I was making there doing this. And sure enough, it's doubling it. Okay. So I'm passionate about what I do. When you're passionate about something that you want to do, there's no stopping you. And I just got the goosebumps. Like, I'm not kidding. There's no stopping when you're passionate about what it is you do. All right. There's endless opportunities, different directions. Like, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. All right. I work hard for my money. I love work, but also all my houses are in work and career. Like, it's who I am. Like, born to be a leader and run businesses and have my own opinions and speak, and you know what I mean? Like, it's in my chart. It's what I was supposed to do. All right. It's who I am. Like, even when I worked for certain companies and they got comfortable with me, I would always go into like certain things and try to come up with a different approach that seemed more logical. So we weren't wasting as much time doing it this way versus that way. Like, my brain was always doing that. Like, I was never just content with how one thing was, even though somebody made this program, it didn't matter. Court wanted to make the program more efficient. Like that, it's just in me. So it only made sense for me to have my own business. All right. And I got the goosebumps. I took the leap of faith. All right. And I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. Whew. Take the leap of faith, guys. Take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Take the leap of faith. I gotta go, guys. I gotta order dinner, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. Oh, you just mentioned Mexican. Hey, Kaden, you want to go to the little Mexican truck? There's a truck down the street from me that just opened a few months ago, and it's all fresh, organic, garden-grown herbs, and it's amazing. But I'm big on, like, everyone's like, oh, Taco Tuesday. I'm like, ugh, like, they're not real tacos. Are you making real tacos? Are you frying your shells? Like, yeah. You want to go to the Mexican truck? You want Mexican for dinner? No? Okay. I figured I'd give it a shot because we haven't had it in a while. But, like, there's nothing like real tacos. Like, people are like, oh, like I was saying, like, Taco Tuesday. Yeah, like Ortega in the box. That's not a taco. That's not a taco. Like, when I make tacos, like, I'll do hamburgers sometime, but most of the time it's like chicken or pulled beef. And then, you know, you got to cut the fresh cilantro and make the pico de gallo. Like, that's a taco. All right. Like, not, you know, and then you got to have the right cheese too. You can't just, it's not shredded cheese on tacos, guys. It's the right cheese. All right. If you're going to make taco and have a Taco Tuesday, make sure you're making real tacos. But I have a couple friends that are in Mexican rice. I can pull Mexican rice off because that's simple. All right. You know what she taught me is that Mexican dish where you take the chicken and you put all the red sauce in it. I forget what sauce it is. And then you just let it simmer and you add all the spices. And then you take the fresh tortillas and you tear them, and and then you make the rice and you take the fresh tortilla, and then you pick up like the shredded chicken. Oh my God, it's to die for. All right. It's so funny how like you go to certain places and like Mexican rice or Spanish rice, and or I used to date. I will tell you some of the best dinners I ever had were a guy I used to date. He was Haitian. Oh, that food. I love food, guys. I'm a big foodie. I'm a big foodie. I've thought about opening my own food truck before too. Court is always full of ideas. All right. Court gets bored easily. So this only makes sense that I took this approach because there's so many damn directions that I can go in. It's beneficial for me. All right. But that's where my mind is. Like I was saying, I used to try to break down like known softwares to make it easier. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not a genius, but there's things where I was like, well, they should have really, did this or created this button, or they had to add a shortcut that way. Like, very, very creative my whole life. Okay. So it only makes sense. I am where I am, lasagna. I make a killer lasagna too. I make killer Italian food. I'm Italian. All right. So I just love culture, guys. I love food. I'm not good at Chinese food. I'm not very good at Chinese food at all. All right, but this is American Chinese food. Like I have a friend that's Chinese. You want Chinese? You go to her house with me. Okay, like that's Chinese food. Like and ever since I eat with her, it's like this is American Chinese food. But our taste buds are used to that. If they were to cook how they really cook, like in those countries, you probably wouldn't even like the taste. But if you know somebody who really cooks authentic Chinese food, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. All right. I'm not big on making lasagnas. I make a better veggie lasagna than anything. And I'm not big on a meat sauce. My mom and my grandmother, they do the meat sauce. I don't do meat sauce. I like a sweet sauce. How do I make my sauce? Fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, and a little bit of sugar every once in a while, and olive oil, all organic. It doesn't even have to be organic, just fresh from the garden. It's the most simplest, most delicious sauce you'll ever taste. It's a lot of work, though. I talked about that earlier. It's a lot of work grinding down those freaking tomatoes. So much work. All right, and you got to use a really good olive oil. All right, so in the basil, you got to taste the basil and make sure you're using the right type of basil. You got to make sure it's sweet enough. And then you always put a carrot in it too to soak up the acid. Don't forget the carrot, but pull the carrot out. All right. But I don't do chili. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that's what I said. Chili relleno. Yeah. I don't make those. What's the ones that are in the husk? Is that the chili rellenos? No, that's the one. Chili rellenos are in the pepper. What's the one that's in the husk? I don't make those, but those are good sometimes, depending on where you get them. Here we are talking about food. I got to order food. I'm not even going to want to order food now, guys, because now I got to go order American food. Now I got to go order American food. That was my kids. I thought, last night, let's order out. And I'm like, yeah, let's not. I went to the market and grabbed asparagus and steak. I was like, no, I'm not in the mood for fast food. Not in the mood for fast food. Yeah, fresh any herb from your garden is phenomenal. All right. Yeah, it probably made you all hungry now. I do. I love Greek food. I don't cook Greek food. I have a friend, Yanni. His mom owns he's my eye doctor too. His mom owns a Greek restaurant in the city, and it's to die for. I got a lot of friends, a lot of different cultures, guys. I like diversity. Which one's in Saugus, Mass? There's an awesome place in Everett I just tried last week. There's a new place in Boston that I tried it like so last Wednesday. Freaking phenomenal. Mashed potatoes and some sort of gravy. What is that, huh? Border Cafe. Is that the one that you were saying was Border Cafe? Is that like Mexican? What is it? Where was that? The Border Cafe? Saugus. Yeah, no, the only one I go to Kowloon's a lot in Saugus, and what's the other one? And I usually only go to Kowloon's when I catch a comedy show with my friends, and we end up going down the road clubbing for the night. We haven't done that in a long time. We're all getting old. They think they're all old. Steak and cheese. Yeah, I'm not big on subs. I mean, I love subs. I love bread. Don't get me wrong. Like Cobb, that's my number one. My weakness is bread and cheese, and I always dip it in the dressing. I'll make my own hummus, though. You should really make your own hummus, guys. It's so simple. Just buy the chickpeas, and then I'm telling you, it's so simple. Make your own hummus, please. It's so much better for you. And then you can add to your own taste. You know what I mean? Olive oil, garlic, however you want to do it. I usually put katamala, olives in mine. Like a tapenade type thing. It's to die for. I love hummus. Yeah, make your own hummus. There's so many things that you guys can make. Cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I bought myself some cheesecake last week. It was like a slice of like Oreo cheesecake, and my kids, I was like, hands off of that. I can't believe we've been talking about food for 5 minutes. I'm such a foodie though, guys. I really am. I love food. I'm always out and about trying new food. The only thing I really suck at making is Chinese. I can't pull it off. I gotta walk and everything. I can't. I'll make a stir fry every once in a while for the kids, but I like tofu, so that my kids don't like tofu. All right. But I'm not big on like I like ginger, but when I add ginger, all right, because certain brands are too much ginger, too much salt, too much sodium. Cheesecake is yum. I don't make dessert though. I'll tell you that right now. I suck at it. At cheesecake. At desserts in general. Like I suck at cookies. I do have a recipe from my ex-husband's Nana. She makes the best chocolate chip cookies, and I do it every once in a great while. Once in a great while. It's difficult. I'm not a baker. I don't like bacon at all. But I love anything. I love it. I make the best pulled pork too. My mom family recipe. It's amazing. It's amazing. And the trick is the vinegar. People always like vinegar. Yep, vinegar. Vinegar. It tenderizes your meat too, guys. All right, guys. I gotta order dinner. It's been a half hour. I know. We're all like freaking hungry now. You're all gonna go to your fridge and you're gonna be like, damn, like there's nothing in here I want to eat. That's what just happened to me now. Like I don't even know what I want to order because we literally just did that. All right. Nothing is going to satisfy our taste buds now. It won't. All right. I might as well just friggin' make a salad and put the steak in it from last night and friggin' get fancy and make a dressing. I don't friggin' know at this point. I literally just screwed myself. I do make homemade pizza. I'm not that good at it though. See, stop throwing food in my face. I love you guys. Oh, you know what? I don't know what style rice it is. Someone told me it was Brazilian, but I don't think it is. And it's like making a pico. So you chop up the onion real fine, the cilantro, you do a little fresh garlic if you want, olive oil, vinegar, tomatoes if you want. I do red peppers because I'm not big on tomatoes. And you let that sit. And then you let it sit for a little while and marinate. And then with your rice, you put a little saffron, like fresh saffron, in the water before you boil. And then you put that mixture over the rice. I think it is Brazilian, to be honest with you. It might actually be Brazilian. But when I go to the Brazilian places, it's not like that. But I want to say it's Brazilian. It's to die for, guys. I'm telling you, try it. It is so freaking good. It's out of this world. But there we go with the rice again. I'm big on carbs. Court likes her carbs. I love you guys. Now I gotta go figure out what's for damn dinner. My dog's even looking at me at this point, like, Ma, it's dinner. Cuban? No, it's not Cuban. The Cuban's just like Spanish food, isn't it? Hola, hola, hola. Yeah, I thought it was just Spanish. I was like, wait. Well, yeah, no, the Cuban sandwiches. Well, that's different. What's on the Cuban sandwich? That's it's that ham, right? Like the and it's that cheese. I'm not crazy about that cheese though. They put on Cuban sandwiches. I'm picky with cheese. What kind of meat's on a Cuban though? It's not that one with sauerkraut on it, right? Because I'm thinking of something way different then. And I'm not thinking of a gyro. Is that what that is? I don't even know how to pronounce that. All right, so pork, Swiss cheese, boiled ham, and salami. Oh, okay, then I like Cubans. I like Cubans. But there's something about, what's this spread? There must be something on there. I'm not crazy about Swiss cheese, A. Okay, so maybe that's it. That's got to be what it is. All right, what, mustard? No, it's more than mustard. Well, maybe, I guess it just depends on what little bodega you're buying it from, I guess, right? What little corner store, what little Spanish store you're buying it from, because it's all different. They all cook differently. All right, so a Reuben, that's what it is. It's not coleslaw, honey. It's sauerkraut. Wait, is sauerkraut coleslaw? Cabbage? Maybe. Oh my god, I'm gonna go. Yes, I like provolone. I love you guys. I love you guys. Have a fantastic night, okay? Cabbage. I love cabbage. And that's funny because I don't like sauerkraut. You know what I love is I gotta go though. Onions. Slice your onions super thin and put them in vinegar and sugar and a little water. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love doing that with veggies, pickling them like that. What a difference it makes for salads and stuff. I know. I do try to make homemade dressings every once in a while. All right, I'm going, guys. Mingya, I love you guys so much. All right, have a fantastic night. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're very welcome. I'm not very good at that. The platanos, that's the fried banana, right? Did I even say that right? I'm pretty sure that's what you were getting at, though. I'm not sure if I said it right, but I don't like those. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like those. Plantain or something like that, right? I'm just gonna leave that out. All right. Don't get me going. We're not talking politics now. All right, because I'm very don't get me going with politics because it's like medicine to me. All right. Very opinionated. Me and my twin actually voted for two different people too. I love you guys. Don't get me going. Go eat. Go manja. I love you guys. Bye. Bye. You're very welcome. Bye. What is that? That sounds really good. Is that like that? That's an Irish dish. What do you call it? Like it's an Irish dish with the potatoes and ham and the cheese you were just talking about. I'm not talking about like those skillet potato guys. I'm talking about like this is kokaken, my ex's great grandmother makes it because they were from Ireland originally and they cooked all that food. Anybody on here from Ireland? Nah, it's not shepherd's pie. That's like, this is legitimately like, it's an Ireland thing. Like it's known. They're known for the potatoes anyway, but like, it's like their famous, infamous dish. It's like kokanen. It's something like that. And it's freaking phenomenal. I don't know when next time I'm streaming. I don't know. I got a lot to do this weekend, but maybe I'll get to you guys. All right. Soon. I'll try. Okay. Soon. I took some time off, so I'll come on. I'll come on and here and there for sure too. No, pierogies. No, that's not what I was thinking of. Oh, you just got pierogies. Is that what you're saying? I don't freaking know. Oh my god, I love you guys. Bye. I'm going. I'm blocking. I am blocking out all the food. See, told you, quart's a foodie. Now I'm like, huh? What? What's that? I've never heard of that. Maybe that's, yeah, cocaine. I'm not saying it right, but yeah, cocaine. That's what it is, right? See, somebody knew what I was talking about. It's a famous Irish dish. It's good. It's good. I'm like, it's good. You see my eyes like, it's good. I love food. Yeah, go Google it. It's awesome. It's one of those dishes. Positive vibes, sending you all love and light. Shout out. Hi, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Ooh. Shout out to Carlos. Estrada. Carlos Estrada. I love you guys. I know I gotta go feed my baby. I love you guys. Bye. Yes, I love you too. Bye, guys. How do I end this now before I see all the food? Love you guys. Bye.